Hi everyone, I'm back with a project share for you today. I'm actually filming this video so that I can clean up the stuff that I have on my desk and then start another project. I don't know how far I'll get, so I'll try and link this video to something else since this is a pretty small project. So I have used my add-on stamp from AdornIt. This is the chicken noodle soup add-on. So the chicken noodle soup add-on, I already showed you the recipe card that I did for my book, which if you didn't see it, let me see if I can pull it out here. It's in my soup section. Here it is. So this is the stamp for chicken noodle soup. And so if you are part of the recipe stamp club, you would have received this stamp already. And if you are not part of the stamp club and want the stamp, then you would have to go to the AdornIt.com website and look and see if they have this available. I don't remember if this dropped already, because they do offer them a la carte to people if they're interested in not wanting to necessarily join the monthly stamp club. But anyway, this is the add-on stamp. I received this as part of my ambassador package. I did use this guy and this sentiment and the feet for my project that I'm going to share with you today. And I had stamped this out intending to color it up with the same colors basically that I used for the chicken noodle soup stamp. So if you're looking for that video, it's already out and posted on my YouTube channel. Here's the same colors again because I haven't put them away. And these are all Copics. And just ignore that I have 2 zeros out here. It's just because I have 2 different tips on my markers. So those are the markers that I used to color this little chicken. And here's the other things that I used. I used this Weather Vane ink from Paper Tray Ink. It's a dye ink, and it's a nice gray color. I used it for the All Wired Up stamp. This is a background stamp from Stampin' Up! Years ago. I don't know if it has a year. I don't see a year on it. So anyway, I used this background stamp because why not? Chicken wire. I used this new tag that I purchased from Impression Obsession. This is called Tag with Tags because there's 3 tags in this set, and this is the tag I used. And then I used the circle dies that I had that fit to that. Basically, I just needed a circle to die cut my image. So I used one out of this set that does stitching. And this is called Bunch of Fun Circle Dies from My Creative Time. This is another set from Impression Obsession. I used the same, I used some paper and die cut a smaller tag for my sentiment. I think I used this one right here. And this one's called Small Tags. And again, this is from Impression Obsession. These are Anna White's dies, ones from I.O. Here's the rest of the tags I haven't used. I had I had a purchase, getting tongue-tied, a thank you from Gina Marie Designs in one of my packages, and it had these yellow, I don't know what you call these, enamel dots, in different sizes. So I used these because they match my project. There's the paper I used for my tag, and this is from the Echo Park Kitchen Farmhouse. And the other thing that this one as well, the stamp to and from on the back of my tag, it's from Impression Obsession. This one was illustrated by Lindsay Ostrom. And I don't know if you can still get this since they have discontinued their wood-mounted stamps. So those are the products I used beyond the paper I didn't mention. The red paper on this tag is from Lawn Fawn, and the color is chili pepper. I was looking for a nice red to match the hen that I colored up. So I just drew in some, ground for the hen's nest there, and I added the enamel dots and popped up the layer that it has the white cardstock, and because I colored it on white cardstock, I felt like I needed to put some background in there, so I used that wired up stamp from Stampin' Up as a background stamp. And just I stamped it over top of the chicken. So I colored the chicken first using my Copics and some Memento ink to stamp the image. And then the gray ink is that paper tray weather vane so that it wouldn't really necessarily block the chicken. And it's just a nice light gray color. And then the Love You a Bushel and a Peck sentiment comes from the stamp set, and that's stamped in VersaFine black. If you're wondering where I got this twine from, this is actually one of those freebies that I get, you know, every time I order from Ellen Hudson. They give us a freebie, and it's usually some sort of ribbon or twine, and this is from that. I just keep them in a box, actually. I just throw every time I get it, I throw it in a box, and then I saw it sitting on my desk. It matches perfectly with the colors of the paper. So this is a nice cute little tag. I like the little loops that are on the die cut tag. It's very homespun to me. And then on the back, that's where the chicken feet are. I stamped them going up the tag here, and there's the to and from, so that I can attach this to a gift. So that's my project. I hope you enjoyed it. I will hopefully get to do some more crafting and attach another project to this one. If not, I'll go ahead and post this video so I don't have to hold it too long. But thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed my project. Thanks. Talk to you soon. Bye for now. Hey everyone, I'm back with my completed project for the Grandma Alice's Carrot Drop Cookies. So here is the stamp. This stamp is actually from the February recipe stamp club. So if you're part of the stamp club, you should have already gotten this Carrot Drop Cookies stamp. If you are interested in purchasing this stamp, if you go to AdornIt.com, you can look and see if they have it online. But on Tuesdays during the month, they do stamp drops. And usually if you join their Facebook group, you can see when they're going to do one and whether or not this will be offered a la carte. So this is actually the stamp club, recipe stamp club stamp for February. And the add-on stamp is this one right here, which I did not use for my projects. Just used this one. And you're not seeing it clearly because I didn't put the stamp back on the carrier sheet exactly where it was. But anyway, that's what I used for my main stamp. And then I used some of their papers. The add-on paper is also available if you would like to purchase that. I used this pattern from the add-on. It's the carrots, and on the reverse side of it is this orange polka dotted sheet. I also used some other papers. So that one is from the Easter or Carrot Drop. This one, which is very similar, I think I call this fake tan because of the color, but this one is from the Chicken Noodle Soup recipe stamp club. It's also ordered individually if you'd like it, or available individually if you'd like to purchase this paper, not individual sheets, but in the pack from the Chicken Noodle Soup. And this is the reverse side of that. So just so you know, it's very similar, but different in color. So you can see them together. I use those two. And then this piece right here, I used, which one is this from? The Christmas, this is from the Christmas set. Not the one with the gingerbread, but the other one, the holidays one. The reverse side looks like this. So you can see it does have the Christmas trees on it. And then this one here, the striped, I used a little piece of this. This, is also from the Christmas. Yeah. So you can see the red holly on the reverse side. So I used this. And then this yellow gingham is from the fruit salad release. So this paper pack has the bananas on the back. So there's fruit themed in that one. But I used that like yellow gingham. So I had to write those down because I couldn't remember off the top of my head. I did use some white cardstock. This is my go-to for the bases. This is Paper Tray Ink Stamper Select White. I again use these enamel dots with the orange dots from Gina Marie Designs. These were a thank you gift in one of my orders. This distressed rectangle die set. Now there's layers in here, and then there's the distressed rectangle. I used the largest in the set, and then I used the square, the squared off edge, not the one that has distress, for my recipe. And this is from Daisy May Design. They are a company in the UK. And they're designed by Claire Rowlands. Now this came from, I believe, the Craft Stash US website. I don't know if they still have it available, but that's where I purchased it. And it's a very large set. You know, this is not A2 in size, of course, because it's from the UK and their standard is not A2. They use A4 piece of paper. So this is not obviously that size. So I use that. I use this Journaling Accessories stamp from Paper Tray Ink. This is an old one. I don't know if you can find this anymore. I just used it to make some lines for a recipe card. I used an extra tag that I had die cut from my previous projects. This is from the Small Tags set. And I used the same. I just used a leftover one here. And I used my Stamp Market stamp set for the recipe card. I didn't use the die this time. I used the stamp. It's called Recipe Card Builder. I used that stamp. So let me show you my project. It is a recipe card for my book. Oh, wait. Got the inks. So these are the colors of the inks that I use because they coordinate with the paper colors. So Paper Tray Ink Spring Moss, Paper Tray Ink Canyon Clay, and then their Weather Vane ink. That's a gray. So these are older ink stamp pads. I believe they've changed their shape yet again. I think they're more like this shape now. So just don't, if you can't find these, if you're looking for them, just look by the color because the shapes are different now of the ink pads. Same ink, different shape ink pad. I think this is what they've settled on, something this like square like this. If you all didn't know, most manufacturers, most ink sellers use the same manufacturer to make their ink. So that's the reason why the ink pads are the same shape from most places now. So I did use this India ink pad from AdornIt, and that is because I was stamping onto this paper. And when AdornIt was first putting out their paper, like if you have purchased any of their paper before, they have a glossy coating on it. You can kind of see that. And because this has that sort of gloss on it, I didn't want my dye ink, like if I used a black dye ink, to run. So I used the India ink pad. That's one of the properties of India ink, is that it's non-smearing and it's quick drying. So that's why I used this one as opposed to another black ink pad that I used for stamping or something else, right? So just so you know, it's because this is kind of glossy and ink tends to pool up on the surface with that glossy coating on it. That's why I use this ink. Okay, last stamp. I did use one of Diana's older stamps. This is from her older days, 1998 gigantic carrot. You can see this is the same carrot as the Carrot Drop Cookies stamp, but it doesn't have any words in it, no recipe. And I just use this to accompany my project. And it's slightly smaller, so that's kind of a nice thing too. You have a little bit of a different size. So I did use that stamp. All right, so here is my recipe card for my book. There's the gingham paper. Now, you guys might be wondering, how did I do all of this? I didn't do any coloring per se with my alcohol markers this time. I just used ink blending to sort of give the dimension to the carrot. So that's why I have these inks out. I I stamped the two carrots on the two different pattern papers, as well as the toppers. I cut them out with scissors, and then I did my shading with the inks on each of the carrots. They're two different colors, but they're same ink color I used. And then same with the greenish tops. And I glued the green top to this one and the green top to that one. And then I went around the edges of the actual cut piece with my marker just to give it a finished look. And I stamped the images onto this base paper. Like I said, that's when I used this ink here. So you would get the stitches. Because I don't fussy cut out the stitches. I'm not going to do that. Lots of people do that. They go around and there's little bumps around them, and that's just not my thing. So I cut them off and then stamped the image on the base layer and then glued the piece of paper or the carrot down in the spot that I stamped in. So you get the stitches all finished and you didn't have to fussy cut because I don't like doing it and I'm kind of lazy. So there's my enamel dots as well, just to give some texture and interest. And then at the top I put a little tab so you can use it to pull the card out. And I added a button, a little orange button, and some twine. This is the same twine I used on the previous project from Ellen Hudson as one of my freebies. And so that's the front of my recipe card. I did back it again with the same, not with the same, but with this carrot pattern. So I die cut it again and glued the two pieces together to give it more strength. And then this is the white piece of paper I used. I stamped all over it. You can see the lines that I put here. And this is again for my notes. The nice thing is I can write right over top of this so good, and you won't even, blink because this is transparent. So I just stamped this for interest. And these are all the colors of the ink that I showed you. And then I added the little tag here with little twine on the back. I didn't want to make it too dimensional because my book is getting thick. So I do have a spot for this in my book. I've rearranged my stuff again to fit it in. All I did was I took the recipe stamp that was sitting here and put it in the front pocket for the sweet section. So this one is one I colored previously. It's the peppermint pie stamp. And that is also available. I don't know if they're in stock or not, but that is available on their website. So this one is going right here where the mixer is. And it's actually opposite the carrot cake muffins. Now this stamp is a digital stamp. And this one was available from Diana's Etsy shop. I colored this last year sometime when she released this. It's around the same time of the year, actually. So I thought it would be fun to have the carrot drop cookies right across from the carrot cake muffins. I don't know how similar they are because I haven't made them. Either of them. It sounds good, though. So anyway, that is my latest addition to my recipe book. I hope you enjoyed it. Oh, and I do have my other project right here, since I'm going to tack these two together. And I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.